During 2020, the Air Scouts challenged us all to build helicopters. These are our attempts. To make the first helicopter, make 3 folds about 2 centimetres wide down the edge of your piece of paper, lining it up nice and straight. So 1, 2, 3. So each of the folds lines up exactly on top of each other. So we get a little bit that looks like that with 3 lines. We're then going to cut along these lines in order to get 3 identical strips of paper. Now we want to do this really carefully so we get nice straight edges and we have all our fingers left at the end of it. So first of all, we're going to cut off the first strip. And it helps if we flatten this back out so that our creases are just there to guide us and to allow us to cut down those creases. 1, 2. So we've got 3 nice straight pieces of paper. They're all exactly the same size, so we're going to put them all on top of each other so they line up absolutely exactly. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to fold them in half and push down really tightly. So we now have 3 folded bits of paper. 1, 2, 3. And these are going to make our first helicopter. We take our first bit of paper and put it over our second bit of paper, like that. So it looks a bit like a T shape. 1 in there, 1 in there. We get our second bit of paper, third bit of paper rather, and put it over that T shape with the fold the other end, and we put the ends of it through this one. Oh, that's all gone horribly wrong. Put the end of it. So we've got 1 sheet of paper, 2 sheets of paper. Put the end across there. And we put those through there. So the 3 of them are kind of interlocked together. Can you see how that goes? Locking them over together. There we go. And then we work them down to the end. So they're as close as they can be, nice and gently. Nice and gently. And what we're going to find is that it folds up into like a bucket at the end. So can you see that? Folds up and we get like a square bucket. If you've ever done kind of weaving, it's kind of like that. So we've got a square bucket, and that is our first helicopter. Okay, we're going to take the sheet of paper that we've got left and pick part of it. So we're going to divide it into about thirds. So a third and a third, like that. So again, when we open it up, we've got 3 lines on it. And we're then going to cut along each of those lines, and that gives us 3 bits of paper. 1, 2, 3. Going to put 2 of the bits of paper aside for the moment, and then we'll work with piece 1. With this piece, we're going to fold it in half, just like that, along its long edge. So we have a crease down the middle, and then we're going to fold it the other way. So we've got a crease that side. So we've got like a cross now. We're going to take our scissors and just below that crease, we're going to cut a third of the way across. We turn round and we're going to cut a third of the way across at the same level as that other crease. We're going to fold the bit that's left over and fold it over again, the other side, and that gives us a shape that looks like that. About halfway along, we're going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to cut a third of the way through, and then we're going to cut a third of the way through the other way. And then we're going to fold those two bits over. So now we've got something that looks a bit like a cake, really, I guess. We've now got our big bit at the top, and we're going to cut about 2/3 of the way down that. So we've got two bits there. Go fold one of those over that way, and we're going to fold the other one over that way. So can we see we've got two of them there like that. That is our second helicopter, and we're going to put that one to one side. To do our third helicopter, we're going to take another of our pieces of paper and fold it into thirds again along the long edge. One, and then turn it over. Two. So then, if we were to open it out, we have three equal shapes, a bit like a kind of a VWZ thing. We're going to flatten the piece of paper out, and with this one we're then going to fold it again across the other way, just to get a mark on it. Once we've folded it again, we're going to cut through, just below that mark, through the outside third on each side. So we'll leave the middle. This is going to look very similar to the other one at this moment. Go fold it over like we did before. So those two fold over there. And then we're going to do it again. We're going to put another little third cut. Closer to it. And fold those over again. So there we go, we've got those. We've got to squish those down really tightly. Fold that up a little bit. This one's a little bit temperamental. If you happen to have a paper clip at home, you can put that on the bottom. Give it a little bit more weight, that's great. But nothing heavier than the paper clip. Okay, we've got our three wing bits up the top. Once again, we're going to cut 2/3 of the way down. And then we're going to fold our wings back together. And we're going to bend them all over at that 2/3 point that we've cut them. And then we're going to open it out. And our cuts will give us three wings that point in slightly different directions. So we've got three wings there that point in slightly different directions. And that is our third helicopter.